Good morning. It's a beautiful rainy day. Gray overcast, a little bit of mist. We got forecast for potential severe weather later today. Mainly more southeast. How's my wheat doing? Oh, you can see some green sprouting up out there. Yep. Well, no wheat yet. I saw a squirrel over there. Yeah. So, yesterday I think, wife gets pulled over and your tail light's not working. That one's working. Oh, that's awesome. There we go. No, it really doesn't do that in real life. It stays solid. This one is not. So, we're gonna fix that. Let's get to it. Okay, so I decided to let it stop raining a little bit. It's just a very very small mist, so not enough to hopefully get the inside of the car wet while I'm taking the taillight off. Shouldn't need more than some trim tools, electric ratchet, and some Torx bits. I believe I only have probably 2 retainers under here, which hold this down, and then it's probably just got some pins that push through from this side into the quarter. So we're going to pull this off. I usually use a flat bladed screwdriver, flathead, whatever. I'm going to use my trim tools, which really, these just take up space in my toolbox and collect dust, because, yeah, I don't like trim work. I usually break stuff, and it's probably because I don't use my trim tools like I should, because, you know, maybe metal on plastic doesn't go very well, but maybe plastic on plastic's better. I don't know. Let's see. So far, well, that worked. Yep. Just got these 3 little retainers that sit in there, and that's cool. They all stayed. Usually I break off at least one of those, so success. What do we got? We got screw there, screw there. I don't know what size we think those are. Maybe like a T15 or so. Here's that, but let's go down here. We don't need a tamper-proof with the little hole in the middle. Not that it makes a difference. These aren't tight, but let's see. Here's a T15. Oh, perfect. Fits. Alright. Nope, that's not the right way. Okay. And 1. Uno. Dos. Yep, it's loose. And you probably just go ahead and yank on it, because it's just retained in there. See? These little pins that stick out, there's 2 of them. They just go in there and they get held on. And looks like I've got one little bulb down here, which it's quite awkward because the whole thing is an LED except for, I guess, this bulb. Just twist and pull out. Yep. Looks like it's probably a 921 bulb, not that that matters. And one electrical connector, and that's out. Oh, and look, there's a little wire retainer down here. And a metal screwdriver would probably work perfect on that, but we're going to try and use, well, I should probably really get a tripod, something to hold the camera, because it's not easy. Well, this is working. Woo! Yeah, that took off. I'll go try and find that, but I got that off. Let's go see if I can find where this thing took off to. It shot off like a rocket. And looky here, my lucky day, I found it. It only went about, I don't know, 25 feet. Guys, use two hands, that probably wouldn't happen. But this little doodad here was pushed on there, holding wires in. So let's turn this around. And here's the back of the taillight. Alright, we're going to take this in and move on to the next step. Okay, we're in the operating room for a little bit of surgery here. You can see I've already made some marks to where I'm going to cut. Now, how I know, or how I think I know where to put those marks, well, just like if you're watching this, I watched a YouTube video. And yeah, from the marks I saw, or where they cut, those marks right there appear to be in the same spot, or relatively close for me to go in. And I'm going to use my little Power Probe butane soldering kit to cut. I'm going to use this tip, makes a hot knife. I'm going to go in and make some precision cuts. Okay, we got her burning here. Let her get up to temperature. I think I've got enough butane in this. We'll find out. Okay, so just to test that I'm going to solder in the right spot, I brought it back out. I'll show you what I have cut open. So I cut open. Obviously you can see this is the top of the light, and there is a small little crack right there. It's still touching though right now, but down here there is absolutely nothing going from that piece to that piece. She gone. It's missing. And for me to confirm that that is actually it, I can take these needle nose and touch, and it comes on. See in there? The light coming on? Yeah, there should be something bridging that gap. The bridge is burnt. Luckily, there's solder to fix that. I'll just find a small piece of metal to lay across there and I'll solder it on. I'll also go ahead and lay a little piece of solder across there, just because it looks like that one's probably fixing to break all the way through. So let me get this back inside and we'll do some soldering. And then maybe, I don't know, I still have the pieces that I cut off. This one is mostly in two big pieces. As you can tell, I have this big chunk here. This is kind of just a big smudge, melt some plastic. I don't know. I was going to try and plastic weld those pieces back on, but it may just get covered back with some tape. We'll see what I come up with. Wouldn't you know, I was shaking the light and I could hear something loose. Then I looked, and let's see. Look, there's my missing piece. There's my bridge. It washed away. yeah, I doubt I'll be able to get that out, so we're just going to continue to find something that I can solder across that ginormous gap, and let me find that and we'll be back. We are going to attempt to put this little piece of wire across there with solder because, well, I couldn't find anything else really, and I'm not 100% how I'm going to set this in there, so bear with me while I try and set this down without dropping it in the hole with my shaky hands. Oh, okay, that's sitting there. Let's try that. Let's see what happens. What do you think is going to happen? Am I going to get it? Shaky hands? I probably doubt it. Before we cover it up, let's actually go see if it works. Be right back. Here's the one that never stopped working, and it's crazy how when you're videoing stuff that it does that, because yeah, again, it's not really doing that in real life. Well, it's not really doing that to the naked eye. How about that? And look, here's this side. It's now on. Isn't that crazy? Look, it's like moving slower. I wonder if that's because the wire I have in there. I don't know. Let's go back over here and look. Yeah, that one's like a disco going on. This one's like the next day. A little slow. But that's working. Let's see if the brake lights are working. So when you're by yourself and you can't push the brake pedal and look at the brake light at the same time, well, you improvise. So we're going to look in the reflection of the side view mirror into my truck. Pick it up and zoom in. Here we go. You can see the running lights on. Brake light. Running light. Brake light. And of course the blinker works too. So I call that a win. Awesome. Now let's go back in and see about getting the openings closed back up. Be right back. Okay, although it doesn't look real pretty, it doesn't have to because you don't see it. All it has to do is serve a purpose and function, and if you like saving money, well, I love saving money. I didn't really spend any money other than, well, if you don't have solder or soldering iron, something like that, you probably will have to buy that. But I think even aftermarket taillights on this car are still over $100. And well, we know what you usually get when you go with the they don't really work that well, or they start to fade or discolor the lenses. So I did put the plastic back on here using zip ties. You melt the zip ties around the outside edges, which that's not what you see here. What you see here is RTV silicone, which I just gooped up around the edges as well to help fill in any of the gaps that may have still been there, to kind of help keep any water that may get in there. Really, there shouldn't be any water that gets behind that, so not too concerned. Again, I really don't care what it looks like because I can't see that from the outside of the car, as long as it works. And it does work. Obviously, if I was to take my car to a shop and have them make this repair, I sure as shit hope they wouldn't do something like that. And if this was somebody else's car and they asked me to do it, I probably, well, not probably, I definitely would spend some more time to make sure it looked better than that. But again, you don't see it from the outside.
Okay, let's see if he knows what he's doing and if my light's gonna work again. Yay! It works. Oh. Oh. Has it always done that?
Does it do it when you're not looking in the camera?
Yeah, because I'm looking at the light.
What is it doing?
It's lighting up.
Uh-huh. What is it doing in the camera? What's your food doing?
It's moving.
Right. That's
Oh.
what I'm trying to get you to understand. It doesn't do it.
That's weird. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Working.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yep, my wife's a nerd. But there you go. Got it fixed.
Thanks.
Didn't pay anything except for like $5 for solder, and I'll use it again. So, thanks for watching. Have a awesome day.